Very good evening and welcome to the Valisara Stadium. The Navy Grounds hosting Kandy Sports Club today in another encounter of the Dialog Interclub Rugby Tournament 2016-2017. We are done in England for the end of the year tour. We are done with the sevens. The first leg of the sevens is done. The Springboks, the South Africa sevens team, beat Fiji last evening in Dubai to win the first leg of the sevens tournament. Now we are at Valisara. The crowd is building up. Both teams have warmed up, and in the sheds we are waiting them to come back. Kandy taking on Navy, and joining me on the commentary is Paul Tyre. Welcome, good evening, Paul. And looks a nice and bright evening, though there was a bit of a drizzle, unexpected drizzle at Navy.
That's right. Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to the ground. Look, there was a little bit of a drizzle earlier on, so the ground will be nice and soft. The crowd is building. There's numbers coming in. You see the gates are open and people are flooding in. It's overcast. I don't expect the rain will come back at all, but the conditions are perfect for running rugby. There's no wind really to speak of. It's not too hot. The crowd, as you can see, they're all waiting here in anticipation for this top of the table clash. Well, it's not top of the table, obviously. Heavies are up there, but Navy versus Kandy, they're two titans of the year this year anyway, and so it's a much anticipated game.
Yeah, the crowd is building up, as you can see in the Navy camp. We'll run through the team sheets in a bit. We have Sudarshan on here, the local man. Just give up the conditions that you think. Will this suit the Kandy forwards, since it's a bit of dull condition here in Valisara, but the rain has come up? Will that hamper the Kandy backs?
Thank you very much, Dinok, and welcome to all of you joining us on www.ThePapare.com, Dialog TV, and also on my TV, answering your question, Dinok. The drizzle that came into play when you spoke about the Kandy forwards, I think what's going to be very important is that I feel that the Navy forwards are slightly a notch higher than the Kandy forwards, so the Kandy backs will definitely come into play because they have a superior backline compared to Navy, because Navy backline is not that experienced, or they do not have those big names. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Navy still unbeaten. They will want to keep that tag going on. Kandy, this is the last game that we'll be playing in Colombo in the first round, so they will want to send out a very strong message to all the other teams that they are here to compete. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Kandy Navy has been one of the best games to watch in the past few seasons, and today it won't be any different.
Yeah, Sudarshan and Paul, Kandy travelling to Colombo so far this season has been not good. The first time they travelled against Air Force was a problem for them, and then they beat Army in a very tight contest at the race course. So travelling down to Colombo has been a problem, and to this venue was a biggest problem 2 years before. Do you think they'll turn up today?
Well, that's a great question, Dinok. Will they turn up? We saw yesterday, I watched CR play Police, and we saw Police forward back turn up, and CR team, they didn't turn up. The forward back didn't turn up at all. So it's an attitude thing. Whether they've taken the learnings from their last two trips down here, Kandy have taken the learnings from those games and brought a better team, better mentally prepared team. We'll wait and see. But it's really going to be about attitude today. Who's going to be on as soon as the whistle's blowing? Who's going to bring their A game, and who's just not going to be up for it? Because there is a lot of pressure here today. Both sets of forwards are expected to dominate. From what I've seen so far, I feel that Navy there 1 to 8 have gotten around the paddock a little bit better than what I've seen from Kandy. So Kandy will know that. The Kandy forward pack will know that, and they'll know that they need to lift their game. They can't keep expecting to just be below par and expect their backs to deliver the goods all the time. So I think mentally they might come with a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, there you go, the Navy starting lineup. Kasun De Silva, Dulanjana Vidya Singh. The last time I was here, he was the man of the match, and Roshan Ranasinghe in the front row. Sajid Saranga comes back in with Supun Peris partnering at locks. Kanchana Pereira and Danushka Pereira at flankers. Nivanka Prasad is an outstanding player at number 8. Then we move on to the backs. We have Richie Dhamapala, Chanaka Chandimal, Buddhima Priyaratna, Lee Keegal and Lahiru Erat were fantastic against Sia. And then Sali Handapangoda has come in place of Dinusha Chaturanga with the safe boots of Tilna Veerasinghe at 15. Sudarshan, your call on this Navy team?
Richie Dharmapal coming in is going to be very crucial for Navy, because last time we saw that their halfback did not have a very good game, and Suranga Pushpakumar came in the second half, but his stay was short-lived. 3 minutes into the game, he got a kick on his jaw, 15 stitches, and he was out. So Richie Dharmapal is going to be absolutely crucial. His management from the base is going to be crucial, and also looking at the Kandy team, the news is that Kanchan Ramanayake is going to miss the game out. He's not even in the bench, so he's injured. There you go.
There you go. Piumal Manchanayaka, Damit Disnanayaka and Kishore Jain has come back in the experienced prop forward. Shashika Jayawardene and Dimitri Vijayachunga, a lot of weight there in the second row for Kandy. Shehan Patiran and Soiru Anthony has been excellent. Shehan Patiran's comeback game was against Police was it up in Kandy. Bhuna Kudangamo, the number 8. Roshan Viratna. Fazil Marija, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Fazil. Danush Dayan, Lavanga Pereira, Danushka Ranjan, Richard Dhamapala and Tilina Veerasinghe, Vijay Singh actually at number 15, a young Dharmaraja boy at 15 for Kandy Sports Club.
There you go, the replacements. Gregory, Charit Silva, Amit Gunasinghe, Nisal Desha, Kosal Tisera making a comeback to the Navy outfit. Harsha Madhuranga, Dinesh Lakmal and Dinesh De Silva for Navy, and for Kandy Sports Club, Ali Mohammed Ganuka Disanaika, who's crossed over from Havelocks. Lasita Tanagoda has been brilliant for them. Gayan Ratnaika drops to the bench, and we have Tarandu Chaturanga, Srinath Surya Bandara in the bench, mind you. Arshad Jamalin, and also the speeds of Vishwamitra Jayasinghe, who would definitely make any other club team in this league.
Yeah, not the club team. You put them in the Sri Lankan lining up, they'll be starting, but I don't know why they're not starting for Kandy. Shohan Vijay Singh has made the call. Referee today, Priyantha Gunratna on your screen, and we are ready to kick off. The Navy team has walked out. There you go on your screen, the number 20 for Navy. The big man. As the referees walk out, there you go, Priyanka Gunaratna is the match referee. Dinka Piris and Pradeep Fernando will be the assistant referees today. There you go, Fazil Marija, the birthday boy, has turned 31 years old young, Paul.
Yeah, 31 years young, so he's got a lot of experience, and he'll need all that experience today, because the inside backs for Navy have been excellent this year. Chandamal, Lee Kegel has been playing excellent rugby all year, and Heda. So those three, they've had a great combination for Navy. So Fazil's going to have to bring his A game here today as he's preparing to kick off.
Yeah, we're ready for kick-off. Fazil Marija just gets the call from Danush Dayan on the left wing.
Today's game is going to be an interesting battle between the two fly-offs, Chanaka Chandimal and Fazil Marija. Chandimal has been proving himself as a good kicker and also a good controller of the game, whereas Fazil Marija is going to make a comeback. Not a very good start by Buddhima Pieratna there.
Yeah, straight into the hands and out, Sudarshana. Not a good start at all. It was Fazil Marija who turned the side of the kick straight away, kicked to his right, looked like he was lining up for the left. Maybe a bit of a shock there for Navy. And interestingly, they're going in for a line out. I thought that was a knock forward there. So that's a miscalculation from the referee and also the Navy player who kicked that out, which will give a good opportunity. Here's Damit Disanaika. Kandy setting up a maul just on the 5-meter mark. Roshan Veeraratna. Here's Kandy pushing forward straight away, putting a lot of pressure on the Navy forwards. Want to make their mark here at Valisara, and they scored the first try. It's Damit Disanaika who has scored that first try for Kandy Sports Club.
1 minute into the game, Kandy scores straight away. There was a prediction by a very ardent fan saying that it's either going to be a very closely contested game or Kandy's going to run away with it. But the Hill Country boys are making their intentions clear straight away. They're here to play and they're here to win big.
Paul, straight away off the kickoff, this was a knock on, but I thought Kandy would have been happy to get that line out and drive through, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. It's not a great beginning, and that Navy will need to let that go. need to come back and reset. So they're going to start the game. It looks like they're at least 5 as the kick comes in. The crowd will tell you whether that went through the post, and obviously it didn't by the large chair. So that's 5 points down that Navy have to come back. But I'm liking the body language as they're coming back to the halfway line. Here we can, as we see the replay, just see that there's too many Navy players standing up, too high. And so that was a little bit easy for Kandy because the body shape of the Navy players is up too high, and it's difficult to drive when you're standing up like that.
Tilna Veerasinghe puts in a high one, lot of hang time there, giving opportunity for both teams to compete, but Kandy come away with the ball through Damit Disanayake. Here's Roshan Veeraratne putting in the box kick. Veerasinghe once again, a lot of communication, not communicating there with his skipper. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, Navy secure ball as the ThePapare band goes off here at the Valisara Stadium. Kandy now have got the ball. Here's Soiru Anthony running through, busting a couple of tackles. Soiru Anthony, he's been brought down. Lavanga Pereira off to Danushka Ranjan. Ranjan trying to step through. Veeratne. Dimitri Vijayatunga running into contact. Referee playing advantage. It's a knock forward, says referee Priyanta Gunaratne.
So that's a little bit more miscommunication by the fullback and the winger there. And look, if they're going to gift, they're going to gift the ball away to Kandy like that, then Navy going to have a very long day. So we need to make sure that the fullback and the wingers communicate with each other. And then they make sure that they take the kicks.
Very poor pass there from Lavanga Pereira. No extension of the arms.
Look, it's very interesting to see that here at Valisara Park for this Kandy game, Navy is trying to create something that happens at Nittawala, where Kandy plays with the 16th man, the crowd. Navy has their whole battalion backing them up in style here at Valisara.
And then not rolling away, says the referee, so it'll be a penalty for Navy.
So now Navy will want their leaders to stand up here because the game seems to be mentally a little bit beyond them. There's a few basic errors, so you'll need the team leaders to just turn around to the players and just say, let's go through the process. Let's just concentrate on what's in front of us at the moment. At the moment, we're kicking to the line, then we're going to have a line out. Let's just go through that process and stick to exactly the small little units that they need to stick to. And once they concentrate on that, then they can start getting into the game plan.
Uddima Priyaratne brings back play to the halfway mark. As Sudarshana correctly said, this ground is packed. A lot of supporters. Looks like the entire Navy base is here. A lovely Sunday evening. Referee not happy with that ball. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, the skipper for Navy, complaining. And he gets a new ball.
So I spoke to Dulanjan a week ago, and he said that when I mentioned his cricket stats of getting out in the 90s 4 times, he said that was wrong. He'd gotten out 6 times in the 90s.
Navy trying to use their rolling maul. And they have been successful so far. Richie Damapala now will get the ball out. Here's Chandimal. Runs straight into Saranga. Ball comes back. Roshan Ranasinghe taking the ball into contact. Chandimal. Here up. And now Veerasinghe, Tilna Veerasinghe trying to offload straight into Vijayasinghe now. The opposite number, Tilna Vijayasinghe for Kandy. Kandy with ball in hand. Roshan Veeratne calling for Kishore Jayan, trying to set up, give more breathing space for him to put the box kick in, which he does now. Here's Dulanjana Vijayasinghe. Bumps off Danushka Ranjan. Offloads. Running across. is Priyaratna. Kandy trying to turn over ball in the ruck. Tilna Veerasinghe steps into touch and
So there we saw exactly what we were discussing earlier with just looking at the one process or the one little micro skill that they need to manage. They had that kick to the line, Navy had the kick to the line, then they had a line out. And so they just needed to concentrate on that line out, and they did that, and they had a great driving maul. So that'll give great confidence to their team because they really had it over Kandy just then in that little area just in the last 5 minutes or so.
We're back live, and Navy have turned over that ball through Dulanjana Vijayasinghe. Jumping up in front was Saranga. And that's Pereira, Kanchana Pereira into contact. Now Navy spread the ball out right. Here's Vijayasinghe, gives it to Priyaratna. Try to step up one, Buddhima Priyaratna, and comes into contact. Richie Damapala now. Navy trying to use their forwards. Here's Richie Damapala. Chandimal to the brick pop forward. Kasun De Silva taking the ball into contact. Buddhi Chanaka Chandimal gives out to Buddhima Priyaratna. Priyaratna steps up one, has the pace and goes under the post. What a comeback, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. What a great comeback, and you can hear the crowd. They're going berserk. It looks like they've all just been given a week off. But what I liked about Navy, what they were doing is that they were, when they go into contact, they're not sending too many players into the breakdown, so they've got more players who are in the back line and able to attack. As we have a look at the replay there, great recognition of space. Saw that the space was on the outside. Winger there just skipped on the inside, and two pretty weak attempts there. And he gets a 9.4 for the dive under the posts.
The other thing I noticed there, Paul, was the change of the hands when he changed the ball from right to left and then left to right, recognizing where the defenders were. That's good technique shown as Navy hit back, and a crucial kick with Tilna Veerasinghe to put them ahead. The kick is good, and they lead in the game for the first time, 7 points to 5.
There you go, the Steelers striking back in their home base. This game is turning out to be a thriller already. We are not even into 10 minutes into the game, and the crowd definitely is playing a huge part. You saw that swan dive from Priyaratna coming in. That's motivated by the crowd. So Navy, what they need to do is, like you mentioned, they need to keep their composure because we know they have the quality in them to beat this Kandy outfit, whereas Kandy need to be focused. They have enough quality in them to match up to the Navy outfit as well.
What I've seen so far is that it's just been Navy. So Kandy score because Navy make a mistake. Navy score because Navy don't make any mistakes. So let's see what happens next.
Here's Kandy straight into the hands of Supun Piris. Trying to put a lot of pressure in the breakdown. Now Richie comes in. Chandimal has a good boot, puts it in the air. Very high kick under it is Roshan. Abuna Kudangamua, and Navy pick the ball once again. Kick and chase is on. 4-on-1. Drop the ball there. Brutima Priyaratna was a knock forward. There was a knock forward there. The crowd have gone crazy here at Navy, but there is no try.
Quite a bit of celebration. Don't get fooled by the noise. There was a knock forward call by referee Gunaratna, but this crowd is absolutely ecstatic. As they saw Sali Handapanguda touching down, this game is definitely turning out to be a cracker already. Chanaka Chandimal coming into the game. There you go, take a look at the replay. Chandimal putting in the kick. 3 players chasing that ball. Tirina Veerasinghe, he was lucky. Harsh call that by referee Gunaratne. He could have referred to the TMO since we do have the facility as well. But all going good for Kandy. Now they need to get out of jail. Rushan Veeratna will have options there. Bune Gudangamu gives it to Marija, who decides to run. Lavanga Pereira, who's making a comeback with Kanchana missing out. Can Kandy get out of jail? Danushka Pereira, Gert as we know him, goes in for a crashing tackle. Now Tilina to clear the kick out. The ball doesn't find out. Tilina Vijay Singh, his opposite number, takes the ball in. Buddhima Piranna losing his footing and is smashed by Tilina. Navy need numbers supporting them. Chandimal puts in a very good kick into open space. Now on the counter, Danush Dayan. Kick and chase by Dayan. Collected just outside the 22-meter line by Tilna Veerasinghe, who puts a kick back to Roshan Veeraratne. He has Tilina in support. And Tilina puts in a kick. So good territorial kicking from both teams. They're recognizing the spaces available in the ground.
That's right. So the kicking's good. It's the chase that's not quite there. So that was a great recognition of space by Chandimal. He put the ball down in the corner. Navy had one chaser, and he really bit. So he bit at the man with the ball, and it was just a simple drawn pass. What he needed to do was just hold his ground, let the player come to him, and wait for some support so that he wasn't beaten so easily. They might have been able to trap them down there. Maybe that's a little bit of an experience. Maybe that's something that they need to work on. But they need a good kick chase if they're going to kick.
Exactly what I was wondering of that, but Buddhima Priyaratne has the pace. That's what I think he was looking at too when he kicked up. Unfortunately, Buddhima Priyaratne was stuck in the ruck in the middle. So the intentions are quite clear here at Valisara. Here's Vijay Singh to throw into the line out. Runs into Pereira. Kanchana Pereira. And Vijay Singh rumbles through a couple of players. Front foot ball for Navy. Now kick by Richie Damapala. And here's Tilna Vijay Singh once again putting in the high kick. And he along with Danush Dayan this time will chase, but Richie Damapala is back. And he has support in the form of Chanaka Chandimal. Here's Roshan Veeraratne. He will run straight into the defense. He spots a gap, runs through one. And Veeraratne has been brought down by the Navy defense. Kandy in the Navy half. This Dimitri Vijayatunga offloads it to Danush Dayan. Playing close to his forwards, Danush Dayan trying to inject some pace. Here's Marija. Long pass out to Richard Damapala. Has Danushka Ranjan on the outside, his seventh partner. Cuts back in through Ranjan. Good tackle there by Lee Kegel on Danushka Ranjan. And Navy turnover ball.
Brilliant work there by Supun Pires, recognizing that there was no man securing that ball. Not collected by Veeraratne. Veeraratne is there to pressure, but he has no support. So Tilna Veerasinghe goes into lost forward, and Navy with a chance now. Dulanjana Vijay Singh, who's a very good offload of the ball, guilty that time, sticking to the ball too much. 3 against 1. Roshan Ranasinghe, the Navy skipper, gives it out to Supun Pires. Kandy coming in, referee playing advantage here. Will be penalized, and they are. It's going to be interesting what the call would be. Paul, this is something that we spoke during the last game, the halfback combination, how effective the halfback is. Richie Damapala coming into this game, it's already showing because he's giving out quick ball.
Yeah, that's right, and that gives Chandimal a little bit more time. And he gets there, and he just keeps the defence on their back feet. And there we can see that the man coming, the Kandy man coming in, and his hands are on the ground, and that's why he. Chris Jahan, his hands were on the ground, and that's why he got penalised. I thought the tackler didn't roll away quick enough either, but There was a try butchered on the other side by one of the Navy players, one of the sailors here. There was a 3-on-1. He could have passed inside or outside. The line was open. They would have been scoring under the post, but the referee, the coach will be pulling his hair out about that. You know, the simple draw and pass. Under 12s, that's what you're trying to teach at under 12 level. So any under 12s coming and watching this game, it's a high level game. You know, maybe you'll be able to give them some advice on how to draw and pass.
17 minutes on the clock, 7-5 Navy leading with another kick coming in here. Tilna Veerasinghe, the highest point scorer last season, has a good shot at it. The distance is good. The direction is away the left post, so Navy stays 7-5, just 2 points lead, 18 minutes on the clock.
7-5 is the story, but plenty happening here at Valisuri Park. Kandy Sports Club taking on the unbeaten Navy outfit. It's very rare that we say that. It's normally the other way around. Most times they are not, but the man you saw on your screen was Fasil Marriage at the birthday boy, like they mentioned. 31 years young, and he looks like the fastest and the fittest player on the park.
Yeah, recovering from an injury as well. Here's Richie Dhamapala collecting that kick for Navy, trying to step off one. Otherwise, Chandimal. Now Richie swings it out right to Nivanka Prasad. Prasad has Dhanushka Ranjan bringing him down. Richie Dhamapala to Chandimal. Satya Ranatunga. It's Kasun De Silva who's taking that ball into contact. Now Navy try to hit through and offloading it as well. Put in the kick behind. Did he touch it down? And look like we'll go for a TMO here. Tony Amit, our TMO today, will give an update there. Who touched down first will be the call.
So here we see the replay, and you can see that the number one prop from Kandy really doesn't do a good enough job there. All the open side flanker. You can't let players get through like that. That's just straight over the advantage line. But here we see, I think it was, I'm not sure it was Lee Kegel or Chandimal. Look how direct he is at the line, and he's right up at the advantage line, and puts so much pressure on the defensive line there when you're asking the questions.
Paul, who
That
touched
combination,
first?
Lee Kegel and Chandimal combining there again for a threatening move. Oh, looks like a loss forward by Lee Kegel. He's losing control of the ball forward, so that looks like a loss forward, and a 5-minute scrum for Kandy.
20 drop out.
Referee brings it back for advantage.
20 drop out. Knock forward, blue.
So it'll come back for a 22. Maybe Kandy touched the ball down after it went dead, or anyway. So that's where they are at the moment. Chandimal looked like he was receiving a little bit of attention, so that would have been a concern for the Navy players, the Navy management. But he's back in the team, but back in the lineup. But as we had that little break there, he was receiving attention.
Here's Vijay Singh once again. He's been having a lot of ball in hand this match so far. And this Richie Chandimal. Running in between is the big prop forward, Kasun De Silva, who has gained a lot of yards for Navy so far. Now Veerasinghe gives it out to Lee Kegel, inside pass. And looks like Kandy a turnover ball through Tilne Veerasinghe, Vijay Singh. Lavanga Pereira acting as the scrum half. Gives it to Kishore Jayan, who they consider as the safest hands in the Kandy forwards. Setting it up beautifully. Roshan to Vijay Singh rather. Kicking into space, and inside the 22 the ball bounces to Tilne Veerasinghe. Has enough time to kick where he wants to, and he kicks it into touch, bringing back play just close to the 50-meter mark.
Well, I'm happy to see that they're kicking the ball out now. They've had a lot of kicks where they kick just straight up the middle and they don't try and find touch, the Navy team, and that's going to be dangerous. If they do that, if they give too much ball to Kandy outside backs to keep running back at them, sooner or later they're going to find a hole, and once they find a hole, they're straight through, and they've got so much pace, it'll be difficult to stop them. So Navy will have to address that, make sure that the kicks go to the right place, they've got a good chase, and let's see if they, kick it out, I think, is the go.
Is Damit Disanayake to throw the ball into the line out, but in the meantime, looks like Buddhima Priyaratna off his screen. There you go, Buddhima Priyaratna not looking good at all. And the referee just having a word, making sure he's safe to be on the park. Priyaratna says he is, and the medical staff confirms it as he goes back to his position at the left wing. And in the meantime, looks like Kandy is going to make a change as well. Arshad Jamaldeen coming in. And Lavanga Pereira has been taken out. So that's another big change, Paul. Arshad Jamaldeen coming in as fly half. And, or rather, center. Fazil Marja will remain at fly half. And then Lavanga Pereira is walking out. Looks like an injury replacement. Here's Damit throwing that out, and Richard Damapala hitting the defense there, not much gain. Now Fazil Marija off to Dimitri Vijayatunga. Referee playing advantage. Now Gertha putting the ball into his boots, kicking it back. Fazil Marija chasing behind, and the veteran kicks it into touch.
Supun Pires putting pressure on Fazil Marija, and now Navy takes a quick ball out. But interesting, the Lavanga Pereira going out and Arshad Jamaldeen coming in. Remember, this centre pairing was Kanchana Ramanayaka and Danushka Ranjan. Now it was Lavanga Pereira who started today, and now Arshad Jamaldeen comes into play. And we know how well Lee Kegel has been playing at the centre position. So it's going to be very crucial. Take a look at this one. There you go. Referee playing advantage to Navy. And very good work by Danushka Pereira. And Supun Pires was putting pressure down to the wire on Fazil Marija. Now Navy now with a chance to add 3 more points.
Well, the commentary box, we're all asking why is the penalty there, because the penalty should be where Fazil actually kicked the ball, which is probably closer to the sideline. But anyway, it is where it is. I'm just unsure why it's there.
Anyway, Tilna Veerasinghe will have the opportunity to put them in front. And he does so. And Navy move on to 10 points to 5. We are approaching the 30-minute mark here in at the Valisura Navy Sports Club grounds, and the crowd are enjoying every moment of this, Paul.
That's right. The crowd is really involved, and the Navy team's taking that on board as well, as we look at the replay of that kick and see how high it flies through the sticks, and see in the background all the fans there standing up and cheering that. But the team is taking that on board as well, so they're playing it. I believe maybe they're playing above how they normally play, but what they're doing at the moment is they're putting so much pressure on Kandy ball at the breakdown that there's a few little mistakes going on, and also so there's little fumbles from Kandy and Navy coming in, and as soon as they have the ball, they put it on the boot and they get the ball down near the other end. So they're playing a territorial game and a high pressure defensive game as well. So Navy are doing really well.
Yeah, that kick of Buddhima Priyaratna almost hit us in the commentary box. It was just hitting downstairs. I hope the TMO is safe down there. 10 points to 5. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe there on his screen. Has had a good work rate so far in this game, Dulanjana. Carried a lot of ball.
Yeah, he went off in the last match a little injured. I think it was a knee problem. You can see his knee strapped up there in the shot. But it doesn't seem like it's hampering him at the moment. He's getting around the field. He's very busy, very robust. He's having a good game.
Here's Damit Disanayak off to Shehan Patirana. Now Arshad Jamaldeen. Dimitri Vijayatunga gives it to Bhuvanaka Udangamua. Trying to twist and turn his way and find some space which he couldn't. Yes, Roshan off to Shehan. Now Roshan coming wrap around there. Till Navira Singh, Vijay Singh trying to step through. Sets up for Kandy Sports Club. Here's Roshan once again to Kishore Jehan moving into contact. Good clean out by Dimitri. Shashika Jayawardena placing the ball. Roshan and Arshad Jamaldeen. That was a poor miss. And now the Navy win 3/4 there. Salih Handapangoda trying to step and run. Fazil Marija comes and saves the day for Kandy Sports Club. Here's Richie looking for options. And now has Kasun De Silva running very close to the try line. Needs to get quick ball for Navy. And a referee playing advantage for Navy Sports Club. Kandy off the feet they go. Yes, Richie. Richie scores. We'll come back to the TMO. And Richie straight into the Navy crowd there.
It's all happening here at Valisara Park. We saw a typical prop forward wanting to score that try with 4 players out on the outside. But Richie Dharmapala, he also had 3 players on the outside and goes in and it looked like a well-scored try, but we are checking it just in case. There you go, the picture's coming to you. Kasun Silva had numbers on the outside but decided to go in and score, but was denied by the Kandy defense who was rushing back, and referee straight away paying advantage for Kandy hands in that rock. They were off their feet as well, and Richie Dharmapala sensing that opportunity. This is Supun Piris going into contact. Take a look at this. Richie Dharmapala show and go, creep in, and he scores. No problem there. So Navy commandingly in the lead already.
Thank you. Time on.
Yeah, that's right. But look at that front row. If Richard Dharmapala hadn't scored, then the front row would have been drawn and quartered, because there were 5 men outside him. All he had to do was pass the ball. He had white line fever and just went for the try line. It was a terrible decision. He needed to pass that ball. But the Navy players, the sailors, are just riding a wave of emotion here in the ground. The crowd's involved. Every time they get a sniff of any half break, they're just flooding the area. They're getting through. So they're very buoyed. They're buoyed at the moment by the crowd and by their own performance. So the conversion's successful, as you can hear. The crowd's getting involved. They stretch their lead out a little bit more, but if they continue like this, will they be able to run Kandy out of the game?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. This all started when Arshad Jamaldeen dropped that ball, because Kandy were moving forward with about good 2 to 3 paces, and Jamaldeen dropped the ball. Salih Handapangoda capitalized on that, and that's how they came into the Kandy half. And I'm sure Richie Dharmapala will be having a word with his brother Richard in the evening today, and he'll be reminding him that try that he scored today against his, there you go, Richard Dharmapala, his brother on the opposition team.
Well, don't write off Richard Dharmapala. As said, we all know how well he knows to find the white line. So Richard Dharmapala would be looking to equalize his brother's antics on the other side of the ground, as Kandy receive a scrum in the Navy's half. It's going to be an interesting game. It already is 17 points to 5, but we all know Kandy can counter this one.
Yeah, 17 points to 5. Last time I saw them struggling like this was against Air Force, and they never came back, Sudarshana. So that's good. That'll be an interesting to see how Sean Vijayasinghe will talk to his boys in about 10 minutes time when we go into half time. But now is an opportunity just outside the 40. Yes, Roshan Veeratna Bhuvanaka Udangamua controlling the ball at the back of the scrum. Now Fazil Marija trying to show his heroes. Running through his Dhanush Jayan. The ball comes out to Marija once again. Now Ranjan to Vijay Singh. Now Richard Damapala. Can he score on the other side like his brother did? No, he's been pushed into touch. But the referee will come back to play advantage, the penalty.
So it looked like they might have been up offside, but what I do like about what I've seen with Kandy is that they've been put under a lot of pressure and their heads haven't dropped. You saw when they kick off, they had a strong line coming up and they forced the scrum from a Navy knock-on, and now they've come back and they've got within 2 metres of the try line, so they're up for the fight, they're up for the battle. So mentally they're not going to go anywhere. They know they need to ride out this pressure and then come back with their own game, similar to what we saw England do yesterday against Australia, where they were really put under pressure in the first 10-15 minutes, but they managed to ride out that pressure and they came back.
There you go. Back to the board segment. We will be bringing you what teams did right and what they could have done better with Sabir Kader, the recently married rugby fanatic at ThePapare.com, bringing you all the tactical and the technical analysis as Arshad Jamaldeen adds 3 more points into the Kandy tally. Interesting here, Dinuk, with Lawanga going out and Arshad coming in, gives Sean Vijay Singh another kicking option because Arshad Jamaldeen has been his go-to place kicker in this Kandy outfit.
Yeah, you're correct, Sudarshan. And now he has about 3 players option there. Fazil Marja having the option also of kicking Tilna Vijay Singh at the back. And then we have Arshad Jamaldeen, who would have been the first choice kicker. But since Fazil has a better running game there, he's in there. Danushka Ranjan on your screen. Another thing, Paul, that I've noticed is, we'll discuss when the next breakdown comes, is that Kandy are trying to use their wings a lot. They're not hitting through the center, not using their big men, running direct. And every time they get the ball, they give it out to the wing. Now here's Buenako Dangamua taking the ball into contact off that kickoff. Roshan Veeratna gives it wide to Arshad Jamaldeen. Whoa, another try coming up for Navy Sports Club. And that's Supun Pires.
How about that? Supun Pires. Brilliant work. Arshad Jamaldeen, second time he makes a mistake. The sailors make him pay. He's not going to be a very happy man, Jamaldeen. But Supun Pires, he was very disappointed that he lost out the last game due to a sighting punishment. But this time he's making his comeback in style. Sri Lanka Navy is in the commanding lead now. Take a look at the replay.
That's Buenako Dangamua taking off that restart, setting it up. Look how much time Arshad Jamaldeen takes to put this ball out. 3-4 steps. Pires is in front of him. Straps the ball down. Easy collection. 2 times Jamaldeen. 1 dropped the ball. 1 taking time to kick. And it has cost 12 points so far.
All credit to that second row. He had firm hands. He held it up. And there you go. Take another look. Beautiful block. And he had the awareness. As soon as he got the ball, there was a slight smile on his face, and he was going to score under the post. And Dylan adds the extras. Sailors sailing away.
So there you could see, viewers, that Pires, he actually went for the ball. He went for the kick. So that's a skill that you practice and you learn instead of going for the man as he's going to kick. So he went for the boot where the player was going to drop the ball onto the boot. So he's targeting that area. What used to happen in the old days was the players would go and try and tackle the player, and the boot would still connect with the ball and get away.
Now Navy, Jamaldeen kicking off. Here's Richie. Chanaka Chandimal will put this ball into touch in the air. He puts this time under it is Vijay Singh and says in touch. It'll be a Navy ball, or rather Kandy ball touch, so Kandy will have the line-out option. Now it's more of a simple game pattern for Navy to from here on. Kick the ball into corners, play territory. They have a good margin of about 16 points.
Oh, look, what I think their game plan is just put pressure on Kandy the whole time. Whenever Kandy have the ball, they've just got numbers flooding that area. Look, you saw the pressure that they put on their kicker as we see that kick come across, and you'll see them Kandy number 8 here. He catches the ball and then just steps backwards. Oh, there, out, standing on the line. So here, Navy will just continue to pressurise Kandy and take time and space away from them.
Kandy ball as Sashika Jayawardena goes into contact. Here's Roshan. Now Buena Kodangamua trying to go through Buena Kodangamua. Here's Roshan once again. Now Kishore Jehan trying to use his weight. The ball has been ripped off, but lucky to Kandy that Fazil was around to pick that up. And he snaps up and goes into contact. This is Dimitri taking the ball into contact. Roshan looking for players. Has Kishore Jehan trying to look for his inside runner. The way Richard Damapala scored against Police in the last game. Now here is Dimitri once again running into contact. Using their forwards a lot. Kandy Sports Club. Shashika Jayawardena picking and driving through. Here's Roshan. Good tackle on him, offloading it to Richard Damapala, trying to step and run through Richard. Roshan to Dimitri Vijayasinghe once again. Good tackle on him, and Navy putting a lot of pressure on the breakdown. Here's Kishore Jehan now. A lot of work done there by the Kandy forwards. Now Buena Kodangamua. And Navy pushing them every time. The ball is popped out. Ball has popped out of the ruck. And now Kandy have the advantage, a penalty opportunity. Roshan taking it quickly. Fence off one and goes under the post for the comeback try for Kandy.
Well, that was great kicking. It was a la Ben Youngs there from England. He just took a quick tap, went straight through a hole. Obviously, the Navy players weren't back on side, but was fantastic play by Navy. I thought their defence was excellent, but here we have Kandy coming back, 24-8. They've scored another try, so that'll be 24-13. You see the quick tap through the hole, try.
Absolutely, there you go, Kandy coming back, but these two teams, arguably the best teams on paper, both teams matching player to player on either side, but all we've seen are tries created through mistakes by the opposition, very soft tries. We haven't seen a real masterclasses coming in this game so far.
Well, the masterclass is all about the pressure, really. Navy are bringing a lot of pressure to Kandy, and they're driving them back. You see how compact their defence is around, not only around the breakdown and around the ruck and maul, but also a little bit. The inside backs, inside the 13 is very compact, and so that's why they're sending the ball so wide. Kandy are looking towards their wingers because that's where all the space is. But you saw there, Kandy had the ball for maybe 8 phases, and then the attack became very, very narrow because they don't work hard enough to get to the ball. It's a beautiful kickoff from Navy.
Lovely kickoff there by Chanaka Chandimal and tapped back well by Navy as well, which means they have pushed, and once again, here's Richard Damapala to Chandimal, gives it out wide to Tilna Veerasinghe. Veerasinghe stepping and running, knocks the ball off, and now Ranjan setting it up to Kandy, and here is Roshan putting the high ball. Now Saleh Handapangoda. In the meantime, referee calls back for a knock forward advantage.
So no advantage accruing from that knock on, but you see Kandy's just hanging on in the game. The adrenaline of playing in front of your own fans, and as Navy have got here, that can take you so far, but can it take you a full 80 minutes? I don't think so. So their fitness will come into play, and also their belief in their game plan will come into play. And so far they've gone unbeaten this year, so they'll have a lot of belief in how their processes and how they play the game. So it's going to be tight right down to the wire, I think, today's game.
Yeah, Paul, and the other thing, the bench. Both benches will come into play. Kandy have a lot of experienced bench comparing to the Navy bench, but they have some young talent in that Navy bench. Nisal Desata, and then we have Amit Gurusinghe, Charit Silva, Harsha Maduranga, Dinesh Lakmal and Dinesh De Silva, along with the experienced Kosala Tisera coming in the bench. That will be crucial. And then Kandy has stars there in the bench. Srinath Surya Bandara, Vishwamitra Jayasinghe can turn up on any given moment and score a couple of tries for Kandy. But
Time
end
out.
of the day, the score has to be close
Ready.
for them to
White
compete in
ball.
the last 10 minutes.
White ball.
Of course,
Jump into the
24
air,
points to
blue.
15 looks better than 24 points to 5.
Definitely. So about mentioning about the Navy replacement, remember Stefan Gregory is 120 kg forward coming in at you in the second half. That's not going to be very easy to deal with, as Kandy have a very good stop right in the middle of the field. Veeratna now to Marita, goes inside to Danushka Ranjan. Ranjan still on the move, needs support. Ranjan, can he go all the way? Yes, he does. Danushka Ranjan, what a beautiful try that was. Just as I said that there were no master classes, Kandy pulls one out of the bag.
Is Danushka Ranjan back to his best? He was best in the sevens. He was not that great in the start of the season. Now he comes off, fends off a couple of players, puts the gas on the pedal, just runs through and scores on the try for Kandy Sports Club. Is he back to his best? We'll have to wait and see. There you go, Danushka Ranjan, pumped up.
That's right, and he did put the pedal on the gas, and he did go through that, and here we see in the replay, the ball comes to him, let's see how many players. 1, he breaks through that tackle, 2 tackles there, 3 tackles, 4 tackles, still pumping, another tackle come back, so 5 tackles he breaks through. Is that his best play? It looks like it. That's pretty good to me. Like that wasn't a gimme. He had a lot of work to do, and that's his pace and his leg drive that got him through those things. He can snip out a hole, and he went straight through that little gap. So that's an excellent work move. So that's a training park move where they bring it wide, and then they have the ball back on the inside. And Ranjan came from the other side of the scrum. And as he was running through and touching down, I looked out into the middle of the field, some 40 metres back, and I saw 2 props with their arms up in the air from Kandy going, "Go you, good thing."
A perfect scrum position also, isn't it, to pull that off, Paul, and that set play is something that I think Kandy have been working a lot on, set plays and continuity in their play, and Ranjan just showed how good he is to score that try. And just we are seconds away from the half time and 2 welcoming tries for Kandy Sports Club.
Yeah, that's right. They're right back in the game for all the noise and the pressure that Navy have brought. Kandy are back in the game.
Chanaka Chandimal Paul once again putting in that beautiful kick. That's great, giving a lot of options to tap that back, and both times he has done that. Navy has tapped back. We move into half time, 24 points to 22, just 2 points in the game. Sudarshana, what do you think the second 40 will turn out to be?
What a first half this has been. Navy hosting Kandy. Navy still unbeaten, and Kandy of course were down 24 points to 8, but now they've inched their way back in, 22 points to 24. This first half has all been about your counter attack, making the most of your opponent's mistakes, and Navy definitely did come out on top, but Kandy managing to compensate with 2 quick tries at the end of the first half. We are in for an absolute treat here at Walliser,
Who has got a couple of referrals and has done a good job so far. We're ready for kickoff in the second.
Absolutely. Then look, Tony Amit has been a busy man. Twice he's been referred to by referee Gunaratna. First time he had to disallow a try. Second time around he confirmed the try. Now Buanako Dangamua securing the ball, and Rushan Veeratna deciding to go for territory. Full out says the referee. So first mistake by Kandy. Will Navy make them pay?
Well,
The quick signal there, Paul, that I saw there was Roshan Veeratna kicked that ball, knew it was full into touch, lifted his hand up. Sean Vijay Singh acknowledged. Correct thing to do, son. Try it again, as we just spoke before the match.
That's right. You want your players to go for distance and go for their kicks, but the execution was wrong, but the attitude was right. So coaches, you can't be angry at your players trying to do something that you've asked them to do. But here we go, Navy are at the line out. An excellent take at 6 there from Navy, and as they drive forward, they drive into the 22 of Kandy. They still have the ball, they're still driving forward. They've got.
Get back!
They've stopped and they've passed it out the back. You see,
That's
the big
good.
players taking up the middle.
Scott ThePapare taking it up in the middle. Richie Dharmapala with the ball now. He has options on both sides. Decides to go on the short side. Chandipal ordering his forwards to come around him and attack. Referee stops play. Looks like a high tackle there.
Yeah, it was the birthday boy. He came up and introduced his shoulder to that player's head, it looked like. Anyway, it was high. He's lucky to stay on the paddock if that was his head that he connected with, because World Rugby have indicated that they've got to try and protect players' heads at the moment, and that's an area that there's no real leniency. If you attack a player's head, then you probably see a red card.
Yeah, probably a birthday gift for him to stay on the park. And what this will do is, if Tilna Veerasinghe slots this in between the posts, it'll be 27 points to 22, which means there's a gap of a try, a difference between both teams. It's early in the second half, 2.5 minutes on the clock, 42 minutes and a half on the clock. If Tilna Veerasinghe slots this in, Navy will be back.
Yeah, that's right. They needed to stem the flow of points they were losing to Kandy as Weerasinghe just lines this one up. But I don't think a 5-point gap's going to be enough in the second half. If the first half was anything to go by, and there the crowd's going to tell you exactly what happened there. The ball goes through the posts. It's another 3 points, so that'll take it up to 27-22. There'll be more scoring of points in this game. I don't think Kandy finished with the scoreboard. Navy certainly haven't either. So let's see it go back. It'll be a seesaw match as we see the replay there. And you see, so it just started at the ball and was just at the shoulder height and just went a bit high. So it's a reckless tackle, not a dangerous tackle.
Gulanjana Vijayasinghe taking the ball off the kickoff, running about good 10 to 12 meters. And Navy continue play as Richie Dharmapala now taking the ball into contact.
Brilliant hands there by Nivanka Prasad, who's been an impressive player for Navy, putting in a kick but no pressure there. Richard Dharmapala deciding to go, is held on to his collar rather. Roshan Veeraratne now to Shehan Lema. Gives it out to Shashika Javardhana. And gives a beautiful pass out to Salia Handapangura, who puts the ball to boot. Tilna Vijayasinghe is there to collect the ball and kicking it out. But referee Gunaratne awards a penalty to Navy there. It looked like a little bit of theoretics from Salia Handapangura. But let's check it out. Look at that. That's something to rival Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's better than the halftime performance we saw. Here the replay once again. Look at this. Salia Handapangura kicks.
Oh my.
Oh my God. Looks like he has been attending a lot of football practice during the week, Salia Handapangura. But nevertheless, another opportunity to go get 3 more points on that ball.
So, it should be regulation for Tilna Veerasinghe if Navy decides to go for the kick, that is.
Hold on, I think there was a penalty.
The referee almost said that's what they need to do, because the penalty's not actually from where the ball landed. It's a little bit closer, and so that's the second time that's happened in this game. So maybe he could ask the referee's assistants, where do you think the ball landed? Because the referee obviously didn't see the ball land, because if he did, he wouldn't be having the penalty. And here we can see that this is prior to the great performance. I'd like to thank the Academy. And that's the contact. It was minimal.
Looks accidental, but it's a penalty.
Referee's probably a little closer to the mark than I gave him credit for. But we're still waiting on the.
It is a penalty.
What we're waiting for. The referee's standing there waiting to see what the signal's going to be.
Referee Gunaratne has referred to the TMO and decides with the penalty anyway. And there you go, Roshan Ranasinghe pointing at the post. This is quite similar to what we experienced yesterday, Paul, where Chula Susanta did have a small pat on Kavindu Costa's ear, but Kavindu Costa was guilty of reacting to Chula Susanta. There is a age old saying, if you're going to do something naughty, be the first to do it, don't react.
Well, I know the forwards have the saying that if you're going to do something naughty, don't get caught. But, so there we see backs. They're actually the ones getting caught, and so if you're going to do something wrong, you do it first, and then hopefully the decision goes your way. But as the crowd goes quiet, there's a hush over the ground as he lines up the kick.
The kick is good, and Navy move on to 30 points to 22. Tilna Veerasinghe, 2 penalties for him in the second half, and the Navy crowd on their feet. A lot of flags they have brought in today.
As for Kandy, Ganuku Disanaika has come into the front row, replacing Kishore Jehan, so that's going to add in some fire for Kandy Sports Club. Arshid Jamalding straight to Dulanjana Vijay Singh, who gives it out to Chanaka Chandimal. Good clearance kick by Chandimal. Kandy now for the first time in Navy's territory in the second half. They will be looking to make use of this one. Damed Disanaika will need to, there you go, making the call. Disanaika will look to have a very good line out here so that his backs can work with it. Another replacement coming in. Interesting there because Pumal Manchanaik is a very experienced campaigner, but Coach Vijay Singh opting for fresh legs on the park to put some good pressure. Kandy opting for the short line out. Anthony with the ball. Dhanush Dayan goes into contact. It's ripped off by Chanaka Chandimal. And Supun Piris on the charge again. Tilna Veerasinghe now had the good sense to put the ball out. So Kandy will be breathing a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, once again there the ball was ripped off that line out when Dhanush Dayan went into contact, and from there on Supun Piris shows a lot of pace. He had done that twice, and now he has shown a lot of pace, and he had on the outside he had Sali Handapangoda running with him. And the other thing is, Paul, the restarts, what we have talked about throughout the sevens also. You see the Navy restarts, they give the opportunity to regain the ball back, but Kandy are kicking deep.
Yeah, that's right. What I'm liking about Navy at the moment is the composure they're showing. So they're eliminating the mistakes that they're creeping into the game. So it's very structured football now. And you saw Kandy make a little error there where they lost the ball in contact, and all of a sudden Navy now have the ball again and just outside the 22.
Here's Richie Damapal, and out to Chandimal. Chandimal putting in a short pass to Lee Keegle. Lovely bit of hand shown there. Here's Richie looking for supporters. And now going into contact is Pereira. Richie. Chanaka Chandimal. Chandimal trying to run through. Knocks the ball forward. Sohiru Anthony. Here's Tilna Vijay Singhe. Fence off one. Vijay Singhe runs across field, putting the kick behind the Navy defense. And running behind is Tilna Veerasinghe. Putting the kick in the air. Coming under it is Roshan Veeratna, the skipper for Kandy Sports Club. There'll be a penalty for Kandy Sports Club.
Yeah, so that was poor play there by Navy. So we saw the kick come in from Veerasinghe from the fullback from Kandy, and it went down into Navy's half. Navy player put the kick back in, and it was up high as Kandy take a quick kick, and it looks like Ranjan might be in here in the corner. Everyone was asleep at the Kandy camp. Ranjan scores. Kandy back in the match.
Good thinking there, good vision from Arshad Jamaldeen. The Kandy backs were spread out wide, and it gave the opportunity to Dhanushka Ranjan. Is this the start of the season that the Kandy fans that we're looking at of Ranjan? 2 tries so far in the match, Sudarshana?
2 tries, and he takes the mantle from Prasad Madhusanka as the highest try scorer in this season. Now 7 tries to this man, Danush Ranjan. But look at the awareness of Fasil Marija, sensing that all the Navy line is taking a nap, puts the ball back, and we all know that Ranjan has the pace to complement that beautiful kick by Marija. So Kandy back in the game.
And nicely weighted kick as well. Now lovely couple of bounces. Just bounced there inside the in-goal area for Ranjan to come and touch it down, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. And as the kick's coming in, I'll just go finish what I was saying earlier, that the kick came from Navy, and you had Navy players retreating. They had their hands up in the air, but they weren't retreating fast enough. They were walking, and that's what caused that. And it's a beautiful kick from the sideline there from Kandy, and that's another 2 points. So they're right back in this match. I think it's 29-30. But so the Navy players were retreating. They got caught inside the 10 metres. And within the area where the ball landed, and that led to the penalty, and that led to the try. So that's a simple error. The coach won't be happy with that when they review that. The reason why they scored that try is because those players weren't jogging, they were walking.
That's the Kandy bench. 30 points to 29 on the scoreboard. Once again, Tilna Veerasinghe. It'll be interesting to see this restart, Sudarshana. The last 2 restarts he made was perfect.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here you go. Tilna Veerasinghe now. Yet again, brilliant kick there. Kandy lucky that Nivanka Prasad's hand didn't get away, but another brilliant kick coming in from Kandy.
That's Arshad Jamaldeen off his left foot, not his right foot there, left foot. Saw the space at the back of Tilna Veerasinghe, who made the restart, took time to come to his left, spotted the space, couple of bounces into touch, and they're back in the Navy half once again. But so far, Navy's restart has been perfect, pinpoint accurate, and that's what they've put a lot of pressure so far, the restarts they've been collecting.
ThePapare held the workout right with Fit.lk. Papare is brand new segment where we are looking to revolutionize fitness in Sri Lanka. Do join on www.thepapare.com to know how to work out right. And coming back to what Paul mentioned earlier on in the first half, the Navy is putting a lot of pressure around the fringes. I think Sean Vijay Singh is countering that with the introduction of the two fresh legs onto the front rows. You saw how Attanagoda and also how Attanagoda and Ganidu did come into play. Chanaka Chandimal taking the mickey out of Sawyer Anthony for wanting that ball quickly. The crowd is getting into this game.
So that's a little bit of mind games there with wanting the ball. I want the ball, you want the ball. But really nothing's going to happen quickly because it's a scrum, so you need both sets of forwards there to come in. Now we see number 30 there, just up around the neck, little necklace hold.
I think he has watched a bit of Owen Franks during the Rugby Championship.
That was Ganadu Disanaika, but Supurna Paris also gave him a little bit of an elbow there. But now Kandy with another chance to get over the try line. Bonekodangamu, who had a brilliant game, breaks the first tackle, takes 3 to stop him. Finally brought down. Navy needs to roll away. Hands inside that rock.
Quickly taken by Roshan Veeratna. Gives it to Ganuka Disanayaka. Good tackle on him. Now here is an inside pass to Damit Disanayaka. He bumps off one tackle, running straight into contact once again. Kandy trying to run through. Now Roshan gives it to Marija. And here is Danushka Ranjan trying to fend off one once again.
It has been pulled out to touch. So and good work by Navy, but referee comes back for the penalty. Not 10 meters is the referee. So good work there by Roshan Veeratna again, taking that quick tap.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit harsh. It looked like they were behind the line, so not 10 metres from 5 metres out from the try line. It's never going to happen. But obviously you have to go back behind your try line. Both feet have to be behind the try line, and then you can come back again, and that wasn't, the referee didn't see that, so that's why the penalties happened. Maybe the halfback from Kandy might take his time a little bit more next time. Although The first time it paid off and he scored a try. They've taken another quick penalty and had an open kick to Ranjan, and that ended in a try. So they tried it again.
Yeah, this is where, Paul, they failed in their first game. They were taking too many quick taps. They've opting to kick to touch, not for 3 points. And now they have learned the lesson and kicking to 3 points because it's a close game, and Arshad Jamaldeen slots this in between the posts and 3 points. Kandy lead after a long time, 32 points to 30. Navy, on the other hand, once again, the restart will be crucial, which I'm looking forward to. Tilna Veerasinghe has been accurate, superb.
Yeah, so the thing is with when they kick the ball high, it gives the opportunity for the team that's advancing onto the ball an opportunity to get up and contest the ball, but it also gives the team receiving the ball an opportunity to get their jumper and lifter in the right place. And as soon as the man gets up off the ground to go up and get the ball, he can't be touched. So that's an opportunity for them as well.
Once again, this time a perfect kick, and Buena Kudangamo missing that, and pouncing on that ball was Buddhima Priyaratna. Here's Richie Damapala off to Chanaka Chandimal. Now the big prop forward, Kasun De Silva, taking the ball into contact for Navy. Here's Richie Dharmapala looking for options. Had the replacement prop forward there. Stefan Gregory taking the ball into contact. Chanaka Chandimal. Vijay Singha. Richie Dhamapala. Richard's brother, of course. Gregory once again in position, but not a lot of momentum. Good tackle by Lasita Attanagoda. Here is Chanaka Chandimal, beautifully done. Lovely offload to Herath. Herath has Sali and the Pangoda on the outside, but does not offload as Tilina Vijay Singha now retrieves and puts this ball into touch, and a very good one too.
Yeah, it was great recovery there. Navy were well into the game and looked like they were trying for a little quick throw-in. He's ahead of where the referee's assistant is, so you can't take a quick throw-in ahead of where the line-out's going to be. We're going to play the knock-on anyway, but it was fumbled as the kick came in. It was great. Scrambling defence there by Kandy. Navy obviously haven't gone away. They're still attacking. And as we look at the replay.
Here's the replay once again. Before that, it was a lovely offload pop pass from Chanaka Chandimal to Lahiru Herath, who had no one in front of them until Dhanush Dayan and Tilna Veerasinghe came and combined to tackle. Sean Vijay Singha barking instructions to his backs. It will be interesting to see what Arshad Jamaldeen will do.
But all credit to Lahiru Herath. He's turned up in a big way on his debut season, just out from school. He left school last year, studied at Kanagara College, and graduating into the big league. And what a player he's been for Navy Sports Club. He's been the ideal partner for League Eagles, supporting him on the outside. So surprisingly enough, we can say Navy has a better center combination than Kandy at the moment, because Arshad Jamaldeen is originally a fly-half. Interestingly, now if you can take a look at the formation, viewers, you will not be able to say it. Arshad Jamaldeen is the first receiver, whereas Fazil Marija is playing as the first center, giving them more options. Jamaldeen puts the ball to boot. Is in the 22 meters. And what a kick by Tilina Veerasinghe there. Brilliant work.
So the Kandy backs were lined up in such a way that there was no way they were going to run the ball. It was such a telegraphed move that they were going to put the kick in. Everyone was really flat. There was no way they were going to run it, and the ball just came back, and they put the kick in. And so Navy were just waiting for the ball to come back.
I think even they saw Sean Vijay Singha signalling that move to Arshad Jamaldeen just before that it happened. So pressure line of ball for Kandy. Need to get this. Damit Disanayaka to throw in inside Navy half. Superb kick from Tilna Veerasinghe. Just turned the entire position again in favor of his team.
So here we'll see Navy. They'll try and put pressure on this. So this is the game that they've brought today, the pressure defence.
There you go. This is Danushka Pereira taking the ball into contact. Shehan Lema just got that ball marginally. I thought his knee was just hit the ground. But referee will come back for the line out. Would like to see the replay on that.
Yeah, it looked like his knee might have been on the ground. It looked like he might have scooped it, and if the ball touched the ground, it looked like it might have gone a little bit forward. I thought the Navy player might have lost the ball forward in the first place, so it would have come back for a scrum and would have given them another opportunity to exit. But here we go in the replay.
Right, blue, hurry up.
Poor skills.
Right, Martin, make it.
It wasn't like it was a difficult catch there, and then Navy just lose it. And
It was okay. It was okay. He's stayed in the balance, just took the ball before he fell. So that's perfect from Shehan. Patirana, known as Lema. Short line out ball back to Dulanjana Vijay Singh. Both front row forwards working hard to gain some meters for Navy. And picking and driving is Sajid Saranga, former Kandy player. Here's Richie trying to use his forwards. Good tackle on him by Buaneka Udangamua. Navy once again trying to run through the Kandy defense. Kandy making tackles now. Ball is coming out wide. Nivanka Prasad is very strong. Nivanka Prasad. Richie Damapala. And that's very close to the try line that was from Stefan Gregory. And looks like it's a try. Yes, it is.
there's some confusion. Is it a try? Is it a penalty? I think it's a penalty.
It's a penalty. Yeah, it's a penalty awarded by Priyantha Gunaratna. As soon as the Navy team started celebrating, I thought it was a try. Now here's De Silva taking the ball close to the try line, trying to pick and drive. And this time they score. That's Dulanjana Vijay Singh who scores for Navy Sports Club.
Navy will be much happier. They've gotten a try under the post rather than on the side. So that'll be much better for Dulanjana Vijay Singh. Touching down. What a game this is turning out to be. Ding-dong battle between the two teams. Navy now 35 points to 32 with the kick to come, which should be just regulation for Veer Singh, who's been kicking really well.
There we see Kasum De Silva there limping off there after that try, the prop. And as we just check out the replay, there's Navy, they go close to the line there, but you see the hooker get his hands on the ball, and just you can see just through a sea of legs there, the referee can see that the ball's gone over, and we come back for the kick. Successful. We've got flags flying and people running up and down the sideline. Looks like an extra touch of Arak's been awarded to all of the Navy, all of the sailors.
There you go. The dancing Navy crowd. Experienced Fazil Murray.
Blue, white, blue flags running on the sidelines, encouraging the sailors, threatening the Kandians. Arshad Jamal then decides to kick deep and finds Richie Dharmapala, Chanaka Chandimal with the reply kick. Goes straight outside, so Boneko Dangamo, who tried collecting it for a quick line out, didn't manage to do so. Ends up with the ball in the ditch.
Srinath Surya Bandara coming in. Interesting to see who will walk out. Suri comes in place of Danusha Dayan. And
Which is I believe Coach Vijay Singh, he's trying to spark something up with Suri coming in as a wind recorder. We all know that he has the legs, he has the wheels, but what he's going to add from that is the creativity that he brings into the play.
Now
Kandy now with a well set maul, driving forward. Damit Disanaika at the back of that maul, looks very, very well set. We need to find an answer. Finally brought down. Marija now gives it to Ranjan. Gives it back to Surya Bandara. First touch. Suri makes almost 5 yards there. Lasita Attanagoda covers it up. That was some funny stuff by Attanagoda. Kandy deciding to keep the ball close to the fringes. Roshan Veeratna now gives it to Bhuvanaku Dangambo. Very well tackled by Supun Piris. Beautifully done there. Gayan Ratnayaka takes the ball in now. Veeratna, Jamaldeen, Marija, Tilna Vijay Singh. They haven't seen much of Richard Dharmapala. Now we do. Dharmapala gives it out to Veeratna. Ratnagura loses the ball forward. And 2 knockouts coming in, so Navy will win that scrum. Kandy with good 4 to 5 faces for, but they couldn't finish it up.
That's right. That defensive line from Navy is pretty tight, and I can see that the players are getting a little bit tired. Off screen, I was watching 3 or 4 players just sitting on the ground watching the game. Really surprising. Once they have a look at the review on Monday, I'm sure the referee won't be pleased with that. I've just seen one player who's just gotten up after sitting down for at least a minute.
There you go. You saw on your screen Chanaka Sandibal again on the ground. Worrying signs for Navy because he's the one controlling this Navy outfit. And for all of you, the ins and outs of Club Rugby League, the breakdown will be on ThePapare.com on every Wednesday. If you miss out on any of the highlights, don't forget to log into www.thepapare.com where Sabir and Shanaka will bring you all the updates from the concluded matches and also a slight preview on what's next. This week it will be Paul Toya taking on Shanaka in the segment with Sabir traveling to Malaysia with the Sri Lanka under-19 team.
I thought he was on honeymoon to Malaysia. Sabir is back to work this week as Chanaka Chandimal puts this kick into Tilna Vijay Singh's hand. He tries to run back as Srinath Surya Bandara puts in the high kick. Srinath. And Chanaka Chandimal dropping it back. Still an opportunity for Kandy. Quickly taken by Lasita Attanagoda. Now he has Suri. He has Marija. Marija fends off one. Gives it to Richard Dhamapala. Has he stretched and scored.
Assistant referee on the side signaling something. That's right. Lost forward says the assistant referee ThePapare is on the side. So referee will bring the play back to Chandimal's initial knock forward. But Kandy now do have a very good chance to score from here. They are in the 22 meters. Take a look at that. That was the initial infringement. Attanagoda turning the ball. Marija fends off one, gives it to Dharmapala. Oh, goes into touch and loses the ball as well. Dharmapala has been largely quiet in this game. Navy has done well to defend him with the sideline coming into play as well. He's been shouted out twice. Like you mentioned, Kandy deciding to send the ball out to the wingers too quick, Dinak.
Yeah, I thought he's trying to do a Scott Barrett there, but didn't have the control.
Yeah, look, so that's really a nod to the defence from Navy. We know that Richard Dharmapala is extremely elusive, one of the most elusive players in Sri Lanka. So it's not that all of a sudden he's lost that elusiveness or a step or a speed. It's just that he's been taken care of really well.
Here's an opportunity for Kandy Sports Club. Bhuvanaku Dangamo controlling the ball at the back of the scrum. Roshan looking at Fazil. Fazil putting the chip behind the Navy defensive line, but looked like Arshad Jamaldeen was ahead of Fazil when that kick was made. So opportunity gone begging.
Yeah, there wasn't much subtlety in that attack. As the ball was cleared from the base of the scrum, he'd already set off before Fazil had the ball in his hands. Generally, for those sort of kicks, you want to try and draw the defence in towards you. So you try and delay the kick and wait until the defensive line comes up as far as you can let it, and then you pop the ball over the top. And you need the players outside you just to look like they're an option, like you're going to run. That time there, Kandy didn't look like they were going to pass at all. The kick was always going to come because the runners ran too early.
That hit the side of his boot. Buddhima Priyaratna not getting good touch. As another change coming for Kandy Sports Club. Muhammad Ali comes in place of Damit Disanayaka.
Gap pe close karande pa. Don't close the gap.
So here there's 10 minutes left, 5 points in it. It's an arm wrestle of titanic proportions, and now we might see some more changes come from both benches as they just try and freshen up. As you can see, there's one of the reserves that have come on, as they just try and freshen up the team and bring someone new. And then you've seen in the international season that it's an area that the All Blacks have taken to a new level, where new players come in and they give fresh legs and they give a fresh attacking approach to a team that no one else can handle at the moment. So.
And then they step up another 15-20% in that last 20 minutes, and it's really hard to defend. Have like players coming like Adi Safia coming in there as replacements. That's tough as Kandy Sports Club trying to turn over ball. Looks like it's a very good turnover by Shehan Patirana. That was a bit of a harsh call. Looked like Shehan Patirana was right on top of that ball. Love to see the replay on that ball.
Well, yeah, it did look like he was on top of the ball, and it looked like it was a fair play. Maybe the slither of daylight that the Kandy supporters saw, as we can see the replay here, and just a little short, sneaky play. Oh, that's not the one that we just saw there.
That's
that
the
was
earlier line out. We are talking about the one after, where Navy decided to go for the man in the front. And
so you would have seen that the slither of daylight that was seen by the Kandy supporters, the referee didn't see when he went in to poach the ball. But then there was another classic look as he was lying on the ground, looked up to the referee and sort of went, "Who, me, ref?" Classic forwards look where when they get penalised, they look at the ref and go, "What? Really, me? Butter wouldn't melt in my mouth."
There you go. Now Navy with another chance, the London to put in the line out. Less than 8 minutes to go on the clock. 37-32. Navy in the lead. And they come out with a very good line out, Navy. Ball securely at the back of that maul. Attanagoda managing to put pressure on Vijay Singha. Richie Dharmapal gives it to Chandimal. Stefan Gregory, the new feet. Ganadhi Disanayaka lying on the ground and going for a shove in that scrum. Tilna Vijay Singha. Now very well tackled there. Finally managing to bring down Navy Sports Club. Challenging and asking questions from this Kandy defense.
That's Salihanda Pangoda. Now Chanaka Chandimal gives it to Nivanka Prasad, who tried to run through the center field. Kandy once again trying to compete during the breakdown. Richie looking for options. And has the big prop forward. Charit Silva taking the ball into contact. Richie once again looking for support. That's a lob pass. Giving it out wide. Inside pass to Herath. And Herath has been pushed into touch. So good scrambling defense there by Kandy.
So there we see Navy in that attack. They got to the edge of Kandy again and just got on the outside of Ranjan, and they've done that a couple of times today. And so they've recognised that the space hasn't there's space just on the outside of the 13. Lots of teams have recognised that, but Navy actually have the skill to be able to move the ball that wide and they take advantage of it every time.
3 commentators here on the commentary box are being given, are supposed to pick a man of the match, and we are not able to do that until this game concludes, because it's still anybody's game. 74 minutes on our clock, and what a finish this is turning out to be. Muhammad Ali,
His first throw.
his first throw in his own 5 meters. This is going to be a pressure one for him. Supun Pires is going to put all the pressure he can from the front of the line out. Ali does very well there and collected well by Gayan Ratnayaka. Ali at the back of that maul. Veeratna now gives it to Marita, who puts the ball to boot. A deep kick. Dilaka did not collect it cleanly, but it was all right because it was
Get back, blue.
bounced back. Veeratna now gives it out to Jamaldin. Jamaldin to Tilna Vijay Singha. Puts the ball to boot. And the Panguda waits for the ball to come into the 22 meters. And can Kandy go from here? This might very well be their last opportunity. We just have 4 minutes on the clock. And Saleh and the Panguda, they are stretching. Dinesh Lakmal was the man who couldn't collect it cleanly initially.
5 minutes to more.
Ali would be a very relieved man taking the second throw here, just 25 meters away from Navy's try line. Navy supporters right behind Yaqub Ali on your screen, putting so much pressure. As a hooker, that's never easy. There you go.
The clock was stopped for about a minute, so there should be some extra minutes on the clock. Here is Ali throwing to Shehan. Now Jamaldin, Marija hitting on center field is Buena Kudangamua. Shehan once again. Veeratna to Jamaldin. Running in was Danushka Ranjan. Marija looking for options. Steps off one, steps off two. Can the birthday boy spark or something? Yes, he can. He has one to beat. Offloads and pushed into touch.
How about that cover defense coming in from Navy? Marija showing his class. Surya Bandara came on the outside, but Navy defense on point. Take a look at that.
So there you saw Fazal. He recognised there was no way he could go to his right, came back to his left, skirted around the forwards and managed to go straight through a hole. And the man, doesn't he realise it's his birthday and he should take it a little bit easier? But he's doing everything in his power that he can to get his team over the line, and that's what experience does for you. He knows that now is the time to concentrate. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. They're 5 points behind. They're inside the 22. We've got players down on the ground all over the place. So all the players are emptying the tank here and leaving everything out on the field. They're doing the occasion justice.
Definitely. So look at that. Half the Navy team is on the ground. They've given it their all. There might be a little bit of dramatics there as well to run down the clock, but to their defense, they've given it their all. What a game this has been. It has definitely lived up to its expectations here. Now Dolancana Vijay Singh, it'll be a very important throw here. And Kandy will be looking to turn this one around if they want to end up as the victors. But Supun Pires makes no mistake. Well set up maul by Navy. On the drive, they will take all the time they can here. They need to run the clock down. They know they're inches away from a very famous victory, and Chanaka Chandimal kicks the ball to touch.
Just outside the 22, another opportunity to hit for Kandy Sports Club.
Now this is where then most of the top teams, most of the super teams are brilliant. They will be extremely dangerous at the depth. Can Kandy do this? Can Kandy come back and break these sailor hearts?
Let's wait and see. Here's Arshad Jamaldin once again dropping the ball off short to Udangamua to collect it. Yaqub Ali wrapping around Jamaldin. A lot of passing going on, but none of them running towards the defensive line. Veeratna to Marija, trying to run through once again. Fazil Marija gets back on his feet, no way through that. Udangamua. Here's Ali setting it up for Kandy Sports Club. Ganuka Disanayaka taking the ball into contact.
Good faces coming in for Kandy. They need to hold their patience.
Bhuvanaka Udangamua once again running through. Need to secure ball. Referee playing advantage for Kandy Sports Club. Lasita Attanangola somehow manages to take the ball with him.
Circus-like balancing the ball there by Attanagode.
Inside pass to Richard Damapala, who offloads once again to Arshad Jamaldin. Roshan. There'll be a penalty for Kandy Sports Club. What will be the call? Will they go for 3 and come back?
No chance. They do not have enough time for a 3. What they are going to do is they will definitely take the quick tap and go straight up. That would be the much preferred one. There you go, set up ploy.
Yes, Roshan taking it quickly, offloading it to Ganuka Disanayaka. Yes, Roshan once again gives it to Lasita Attanangoda. Marija offloads it to Ranjan. Ranjan needs to cut back. Ranjan cuts back and it's in that touch line. Referee will come back for a penalty.
Referee
Here's
is
the
clearly
replay
not
once
happy
again.
with someone there. That's the replay. Danush Ranjan almost there, almost gets there, but his feet finding touch. Referee not happy with players voicing their opinions. No arms in the tackle, says the referee. Your arms need to be around the players. Deciding officer will also take a look at that. Kandy, interestingly, opts for a scrum.
Last move, says the referee.
And Kandy opts for a scrum. So this is going to be a crack-a-lacking finish here at Valisara.
So here, what the scrum does is it takes 8 players out of the defensive line. So you've got 8 Navy players that are bound to the scrum. They've got to make sure they're in there. Obviously, 8 defenders, 8 attackers are in the scrum as well. But it means that it gives room for the Kandy backs, the superstars. It gives them room to make a difference here.
Here's Fazil, inside ball.
Richard Dharmapala goes crashing in.
Udangamua taking the ball into the contact now. Roshan looking for support. Has Yaqub Ali close to him. Setting it up once again. Ball rolls through Roshan's legs. Lasita Attanangoda.
Very strong lad. Attanagode manages to keep possession.
Here's Roshan once again. Now to Jamaldin. Jamaldin trying to step off one. Needs support at the breakdown.
Navy players need to roll off quickly. They're slowing that ball down. Attanagode, yet another hit from him. Dharmapala now. Richard Dharmapala carries the ball. He's been smashed there right in the middle. Navy forwards keeping him up. And it's a turnover. Navy Sports Club is victorious at Valisara. What a heartbreak for Kandy Sports Club. They lose their second game and Navy is unbeaten. Brilliant scenes here from Valisara. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And we have to decide on the man of the match. Interesting contenders. It was a very difficult decision, but anonymously we have arrived at a man of the match. And
Sudarshan, just to discuss of who are the contenders. Dulanjana Vijay Singh carried a lot of ball, scored a try as well. Then Sajid Sarang was fantastic in the line out. Richie Damapala off the breakdown was brilliant. Chanaka Chandimal was excellent. When you take the Kandy team, Bhuvanaka Udangamua was brilliant. Roshan Veerratna controlled things here and there. Fasil Marija on his birthday had a good game as well. Danushka Ranjan scored 2 tries. But Supun Piris, who created and who scored a try, will be our man of the match today. And he has made this Navy team win here at the Valisara Navy Sports Club grounds. And Navy and Kandy have lost 2. This league is wide open.
Absolutely. So jersey number 5, Supun Paris, the player of the match from ThePapare.com, and Kandy have lost 2 games, and this put Navy and Havelocks in an absolutely brilliant position.
That's right. It doesn't open up the league. But Supun Pereras, he really embodied all of what Navy brought today. He was urgent. He put a lot of pressure when he was in contact with